dusty little thoroughfare known as Sheepbridge Lane. We are going to head north towards Flackwell Heath. That's passage 50. Off we go. You steam through Flackwell Heath, its cottages strung out along the hilltop road. This place is known for its cattle breeding and its strong ale. Got several options here. Go to the pub, lots of places to visit. I think we're going to try and make some quick progress and head straight on down to Loudwater. Riding into Loudwater, you can't help but notice the dirt and poverty. Children play in the street, risking death as the heavy freight wagons and speeding carriages pass by. Squalid terraces are squeezed between the mills and factories. Costermongers sell from barrows half empty, offering vegetables or rich families' leftovers to the inhabitants. Now, we don't have the code word assistant, so we won't be visiting the lame engineer yet, but interesting to know that he's here. If we should find that code word, then this is where we need to follow it up. Let's try and head straight on to Wickham, 308. 308. Oh. So we're driving west along the Oxford Road. I've played this and so many times, and of course writing it, the map's more or less in the back of my head. But it was always part of the choose your own adventures that I really enjoyed, was sticking my finger in the map page and flipping backwards and forwards to find out exactly where I was. Big part of what I liked, really. Modern ebooks and electronic text adventures, I think, take a lot of the fun out of it by showing you exactly where on the map. I always enjoyed the puzzle of that. 308. The wide road brings you up to a row of tall factories, smoke and smog billowing from their stacks. A constable's barrier has been placed across the street here. The officers look at you keenly through binoculars, and you can see one at his station shuffling through papers. Are we wanted by the constables? Mercifully not, so let's head on to 337. Constables should have no problem with us. We are squeaky clean. Thank you very much. There we go. Bit of a lineation issue there. The market town of High Wycombe is flourishing in this age of steam and telegraphy. The local woods are full of furniture makers, woodworkers, charcoal burners and craftsmen, whose work is in demand up in London. Investors from the city come here and buy up the land, sending prices rocketing in the region and making many rich. The Oxford Road along the Wye Valley is a crucial supply network, and the tolls charged by the town council are paying for new roads, new houses and lining many a pocket. It is rumoured that if the Freight Guild's stranglehold over Parliament can be broken, that the railway will reach here within the year. Factories using the water and wood are springing up, together with their rows of hovels and tenements. Warehouses extend along the roads towards Loudwater and West Wickham, spreading over the cheaper land. Now we can head to the bank, but I haven't got much money to put in the bank at the moment. One of the ways you can boost your score at the end of the game on your retirement is to have plenty of golden guineas in the bank. But with my £3.10 shillings, I'm not even going to have enough to open an account with Coulter's Bank, so I'm going to skip that one. It's the market that I want. 240, off we go. Here's the market. Now, it looks like we should have a picture here that's missing. The marketplace at High Wycombe is surrounded by fine buildings and shops. Traders and craftsmen come from far and wide to buy and sell here. How convenient. Do they have an eye patch? Yes, they do. It's the bargainacious price of 15 shillings. Now, if only we could buy a dark cloak here as well. Well, I think we're going to add that straight onto our possessions. That'll be 15 shillings off my £3.10, leaving me with £2.15 shillings. And I'm going to have an eye patch for ruthlessness +1, taking that up to 5. Anything else I fancy buying? Let's see, we could get a bow tie, boost our gallantry. That might be good, because actually, with a gallantry of 6 already, I'm doing pretty well. A gallantry of 7, I would be pretty sure to succeed. Let's have a look around. Gallantry of 7, that's an option. Anything else? Rope ladder, very helpful if I'm climbing anywhere. Lantern, heavy wrench, grappling iron, fishing line. Yeah, but a lot of these are pretty handy. I can sell some jewellery here if I make some money, and I can buy a parasol, but I haven't got any use for a parasol. That grappling iron, now that grappling iron is pretty handy. I'm going to pick up a grappling iron. 12 shillings, not bad for a tool like that. Let's whack that on, and that will leave me with £2, 3 shillings in the pocket. Good, picked up an eye patch and a grappling iron. I think it is time for me to go and do some robbery. 337. Off we go. Well, that will take us back to the main page for Wickham. So then we can have our options again here. Yep, here's 337. The Red Lion Inn, the freight yard, leave town. Right, we just quickly pop into the Red Lion Inn and see if there's anything interesting there. Maybe a rumour to pick up, maybe a beer to try that I can put down on my beer tasting. There are, I think, 13 distinct beers described in the story. Above the entrance of the inn prowls the original Red Lion, a life-size wooden sculpture painted a throbbing gloss red. It is something of a tradition for the young men of the town to prove their mettle by decorating, adorning, or even kidnapping the lion. True story. Several traders are continuing their market business here inside the parlour, but more are gaming and drinking in the gloom. Well, let's buy that drink, tip a shilling to the barman, and head over to 956 to see what they can. The barkeep pulls you a pint of dark, nutty stout. Very nice. Named for the post ships that fly the airways overhead, the Traveller. It is fairly strong and has the bold sort of flavour that would suit a nice traditional pie. While you look at the bar menu, you fall into conversation with the telegrapher in his green tunic, who tells you that the manager of the Odds Hill telegraph station is in trouble. There's something wrong with the algorithm there, he says. All sorts of errors getting to the transmissions. If he don't fix it soon, he'll be out. That's interesting. So we've got an opportunity, or there's an issue going on at the Odds Hill telegraph station. Let's have a quick look where that is, see if that shows up on my map. Not to forget where I am. Well, I'm going back to 337 in a second. Head over towards the map. Yeah, there's Odds Hill telegraph station, right on the east of the map, just below Cutthroat Wood and Windsor Wood. You can see the little sign for a telegraph station there. It's not too far away. I could head down there and find out what the problem seems to be and see if I can help. I've just tasted the Traveller, picked up a rumour. Yeah, I think it's time to leave Wickham. So on we go to 337 and I'll choose an option to leave. This is where, when I've got the print book, I like to keep my finger in the page, to be honest. Scrolling through this is actually a lot slower. And it's one of those things where, for all that people say that ebooks are more convenient, I'm really not convinced that they are. 203. The paper book, the codex, the ability to compare between pages and flip from place to place, and also to know your way around it through muscle memory and spatial memory, that doesn't really get recreated, in my opinion, with an e-text. You leave the smog and wickedness of High Wycombe behind you. Which way will you turn? Well, we're going to go west on the Oxford Road. No, we're going to go east on the main road. So I think that takes us back to Loudwater, 574. The road to London climbs a steep hill here through the wood, and countless years of hooves and wheels have dug a cutting or holloway into the ground. Narrow, dark and shaded, this place is known to all as Cutthroat Wood. Prepare an ambush here, you bet I will. 138. Now there's giving me an element of chance here. We're not sure what will turn up. There we go. You carefully hide your Velocitine behind a thicket of brambles and an overgrown hazel coppice. Once you've found a place to wait, you'll be able to pick off the passing traffic. Roll 2 dice to see how you fare. Okay, let's see what I score here. It is... looks high. It's a 10. It's a 10. Excellent. Private steam carriage, 905. Woohoo! Your waiting has paid off. A private steam carriage approaches. How will you respond? Now, we did buy that grappling hook, so I am going to try to swing aboard. 984. Let's see. You check that the grapple is firmly fixed and swing out into the air, landing atop the steam carriage with a thump. The driver begins to swerve to knock you off. To hang on, you must make a nimbleness roll of difficulty 10. Uh-oh, nimbleness is only 4. I need a 7 or up. Oh, snake eyes. Failed nimbleness roll. 862. You tumble off the roof of the carriage and hit the ground hard. A sharp pain tells you that something is broken. Increase your wounds by 1. Ouch. The carriage does not slow down and disappears quickly down the road. So I've got a wound now. Better note that on my adventure sheet. I do not have 5 wounds though, so I can keep going for a while. 5 wounds there is the cut-off point. Otherwise, 530. Well, I think I'm going to have another go at this. 530 should lead me to 561. And 561 should give me a chance to try and stop them again. I won't do that. I think I'll try and be ruthless next time and talk them down. That was a bit. Now this time I didn't properly read the other options. Let's see what else we can do. Threaten the driver. 884. Shoot, kill the driver. No, we're not going to be nasty yet. Ride alongside. My motoring's not very high. In fact, it's my lowest stat. So, yeah, my ruthlessness of 5. My eye patch will help me out here. I hope nobody looks underneath it and realises, actually, I've got 2 good eyes. It's just that I look more ruthless with it on. You steam out into the middle of the road and flourish your weapons, crying, stand and deliver. Make a ruthlessness roll of difficulty 12. Right. Again, I've got to roll 8 or above. You can add 2 to your roll if you're a famed lawbreaker. I'm not. And 2 more if you're the people's champion. I'm not. So, those are both titles worth getting, obviously. Let's see if I can do this. Come on, 8 or above, 8 or above, 8 or above. It's a 6. I am not succeeding currently. I'm not ruthless enough to intimidate these people. Let's see what happens. The driver laughs and accelerates directly towards you. You must make your next decision quickly. Right, well, I'm going to shoot him now because he's just being nasty. Laughing at me when I'm trying to stop him. I bought an eye patch. I spent 15 shillings on my attempt to stop you. So I am going to shoot him. Sorry. You draw your gun and track the speeding vehicle as it approaches. To hit the driver and stop the carriage, you'll need to make an accuracy roll of 10. Alright, this is 1 dice added on to my accuracy of 6. I should be able to do this. No, it's a 1 again. I've been phenomenally unlucky. Failed accuracy roll. 8, 7, 3. The dice are not coming my way right now. Well, I've been wounded once, my second attempt. I've been laughed at. Your shot misses, and before you know it, the carriage is upon you. The driver, fearing another bullet, accelerates away before you have the chance to shoot again. Ride away, 5:30. Well, this has been pretty hopeless, all in all. I've not managed to stop anybody. I've picked up a wound. I think I will probably just cycle round and have another attempt at stopping them. I've still got this wound, so let's head up to 905 again. And this will be a job of rolling the dice again. Okay, let's try the grappling hook one more time. 984. Now it's nimbleness, isn't it? And I have to roll 7 or above. The drive begins to swerve. Come on, hang on. Yes! A difficulty there of 10. I just rolled a 10 myself, so add my nimbleness 4. I've comfortably beaten that. 902. Hooray! We've hung on to the coach. Let's see what we can get hold of. 902. Let's see what can happen. Need some thrilling music right now. 902. Despite the driver's desperation, you manage to cling onto the luggage rack and slowly work your way forward until you can put your blade against the driver's neck. Stop the coach, you order. Great. 957. 957, here we go. The driver hauls on the brakes and brings the steam carriage to a stop. Stone the crows, it be the steam highwayman, he says. Roll 2 dice to discover who's in the carriage. I noticed there that the scores are 1 to 6, so it really should say roll 1 dice. Let's see if I can fix that. Let's roll a single dice. It's a 1. I've got a financier and his lady. 9191. Let's go find out what I can do here. The occupants of the carriage are a thin, dissolute-looking fellow and a trollop plastered with makeup. The man attempts to distance himself from his travelling companion immediately. What do you want? Money, I suppose? Or did Gustor send you? Tell me, do you work for Gustor? He'd like to ruin my reputation, I know. The man's guilty conscience is your opportunity. What can you give me to tell Gustor I never saw you? The man stutters. Take my wallet. These ledgers will mean nothing to you, but my pocket watch, my silk waistcoat, my top hat. Together with the £5 in his wallet, it is a fair haul. Excellent. So I've got a pocket watch. I can sell that off somewhere. Silk waistcoat. Oh my gosh, I am so gallant. G+1. I've now got a gallantry of 7. And a top hat indeed. £5. So I've just scooped up to £7. 2 shillings. Yeah, I've got that beer. Let's take the ladies' jewellery as well. 895. Can't remember if there's a negative of this one. It'd probably be more gallant of me to leave her, but let's see if I can take her jewellery as well. I'm just starting out. I really need some cash. What? Shrieks the woman. Henry, you won't let this blackguard take me gems. You gave them to me after all. We've got the typo there. My dear, says the man, our friend is armed and dangerous. Why, you're less of a man than Dorothea ever said. To think I ever considered giving you my intimicable affections. She gives him an open-handed slap, scratching his face badly. Her jewels are only a cheap silver bracelet and a silver necklace. Good. But perhaps you won't tell her that her beloved gems were just paste. Ride off with your loot. Off we go back to 5:30 again. Right, well, I have actually managed to make a bit of a profit there. That silk waistcoat is quite nice. Let's see whether I can go to sell this stuff before my pockets fill up.